So thanks so much for joining us. We're going to make some art. We're going to do a little science. I've tried really hard to make this sciencey. I made a really cool experiment in the middle and it was a total confusion. So I've made this more art with a little science. Instead of a lot of science, a little art. I set out to make some family portraits. I started with one of me and Aspen. And I also made one with me and my sons. And the sun. Funny thing that. And look how I've made it not just paper, but more dimensional by adding fabric. See? Aspen's collar has pink fabric, and I am wearing a blue jumper, and the sun is made of blotchy, wonderful yellow stuff. So, how did I do that? Well, there's the little bit of science that we got in here. I used the science of dyeing, making our own fabric. You're going to use some old t-shirts or old fabric lying around. Might as well recycle it. And it's got to be natural. It's got to be made from a plant like cotton or linen. And you're going to use some food-based dyes. We are going to try food coloring and Kool-Aid. We're going to try real food like raspberries and beets and spinach and things in your fridge. And we're not going to waste them. We're going to use small amounts, and we're going to grind them or pulp them or drip them or dissolve them onto our cotton and see which ones work best. And we're going to share that information so that we can make our most successful art. All right, so here we go. Aspen can't wait, can't you tell? One more thing we can do to make it take the dye even more is this idea of there being positive and negative strings in there that want to grab onto the dye. We can help there. Those positive and negative strings grab each other by having something that creates a lot of positives and negatives in the mix, which is salt. It has a positive and a negative part when it mixes with water. The two parts come apart. So I'm going to put 1 teaspoon in a half cup or, sure, a half cup of water. If you want to do a full cup because you're using bigger fabric, then use 2 teaspoons to the full cup. And then soak your fabric in it for, I don't know, 15 minutes so that it'll take the dye. So I take my 2 little bits. Now you can be really creative about how you put them in there. You can just squish them up so the dye goes on randomly, or you can twirl them like a tie-dye kind of thing so that it goes on in a pattern, the way my shirt kind of is. And then, whatever, you put that in there. Now, so now they're in the bottom of our cups. Then I took a scoop of my ice, my snow or my ice. I took 1 level scoop of it. Help my little friend, come on. There we go, 1 level scoop. And I put it on top. And I double check that it actually covers it. So I spread it around. Now some of my fabric is still sticking up. That's not good. So I'm going to use 2 scoops. I'm going to pack them about the same way, so each scoop is about the same. Yep, there we go. Okay, so there's my second scoop. I'm going to put it on there. Make sure that every little bit of the fabric is covered. That's so thick that it takes forever to melt though. Yeah, we want to make sure that the fabric is completely covered. And then we're going to top our little dyeing sundae with something. Oh, with the dye, right. So I think this time I'm going to do Kool-Aid. So I would take the Kool-Aid and I would sprinkle it on top. Sprinkle, 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 sprinkle. Now, it's pretty constantly covered there. But as it melts, some of it's going to touch the fabric right away, some of it will touch it in 5 minutes, some of it won't touch it till 15 minutes, an hour. We're going to leave leave it there until much of the ice melts. And we're going to be constant about that time. We're going to kind of go away and do something else for an hour. Come back after an hour and see if it's mostly melted. That'll give the dye a chance to touch the fabric. And we'll see what happens. Good morning, Aspen. She's having her main snooze. Do what you like. What I did is I used that ice dyeing process for food coloring and things like Gatorade and Kool-Aid. And then I just went to town and I started looking at everything in my kitchen in a very non-scientific method that would make a dye. Now remember, dye is not just something that sits on the surface of the fabric, but that actually goes in and molecularly connects to the fibers inside the fabric. So that means you give it a rinse and it's still there. Yay! So I tried raspberries and all sorts of other things. I'm going to show you a series of quick videos of how I tried those. Very unscientific, mushed them on there because it seemed to be the best process to do. You could try boiling them up and sitting them in there. You could try trickling them on top of the ice. All sorts of different things. You go to town. All right, so the thing is, coloring the fabric is one thing, having color sit on the top of it, but actually having the color, the molecules of whatever it is you're trying to color the fabric with, to have it attach to the molecules of the fabric, that's the dyeing part. So to figure out if it really dyed, you have to run it under it. I recommend hot water, warm water. It'll help it stick to the fabric forever. And whatever washes away, and then it doesn't rot while it sits on your fabric on your nice piece of art. Bye-bye. And I can officially say spinach makes me happy. Okay, so the art application that I thought would be fun is to capture a little snapshot of our families during this time while we're all at home and thinking about supporting each other so much. I decided to put Aspen in the drawing because Aspen and I are spending almost all our days together when my husband is working from home and my kids are off doing their thing in different places because they don't really live with us right now. So let me show you how I started this drawing. With a plain piece of photocopy paper or some nice paper if you've got it, I decided it would look cool with a boundary, a border. That always makes pictures look a little more finished. And one way to make the picture have that border and not be all crazy squiggly is to use another piece of paper on top of it and to use it as a guide. Make it wiggly because it's kind of fun, or you can use it with a ruler. I like it wiggly. And see how I now have perfectly straightish but somewhat wiggly and characterful edges. And I'm going to do it on the other corner. Ta-da! Ta-da! There we go. Do you want it sideways or uppy-downy? I obviously did mine uppy-downy, but you could do yours sideways. I'm going to do this one sideways. It's called landscape. So I think I am, now again, I'm trying to think of ways to use my fabric, right? So I want all the people in my family. This time I'll have me, my husband, and my boys. And so I'm going to have me. Now I'm going to have a drawing tutorial later about how to draw faces. But for now, fill your boots. Draw faces in whatever crazy character you like. So there's me, and I don't even need a body because I'm going to make my dress out of fabric. So I'm just kind of going to make a block here. If you want any legs sticking out the bottom, there they go. Maybe I'm going to have some crazy shoes. I love shoes. Oh, I love shoes. Okay. And then I'm going to have arms. I'm going to have, let's see, I think I'm going to have some arms holding on to the next person. So here comes, my son is actually taller than me, way taller than me. Hey, Duncan, there you go. And he has nice curly hair. There we go. And, oh, I need my glasses on. And a nose. People make noses in lots of different ways. Yeah, so I'm going to make my nose with a little triangle, and I'm going to be happy. Yay, happy. Ta-da. Okay. You know what? You always see the hair drawn like stringy things, but actually you can always see your hair in behind there too, so don't forget to add that. Here comes Duncan as short hair with curls on top. He's going to have a triangle nose too, and I'm going to give him nicer eyes than me because he doesn't wear glasses. Glasses are good, but you can't really see my eye details. There we go, and he's going to be happy too because he heard he got cool new clothes that I'm going to put on him in 2 minutes. All right, Duncan, I'm going to give him a t-shirt that I'm going to make out of fabric. And I'm going to give him long legs. Long legs. Ta-da! And he's going to hold my hand. That is looking a little odd, but oh well, there you go. And he's going to hold his brother's hand. Cam is a tiny bit shorter. Cam has, I don't know what side his hair goes on, isn't that funny? But he has kind of shortish hair, some ears. You gotta remember, I'm drawing this upside down. He has some eyeballs, another triangle nose, and just so he doesn't look exactly like Duncan, hey Aspen, I'm gonna look like that, and then, what should he wear? Maybe he'll wear another t-shirt. He works at a dinosaur museum, so you know what? I don't think I'm going to have room for my husband in here. There we go. He's going to hold his brother's hand. And it's just going to be the boys and I. There you go. Ta-da! Okay. I apparently am wearing a dress. All right. How's that looking? That's looking okay. Now I want there to be grass at the bottom because I have made some fabric. So in the end, I'm going to put some grass down here with the fabric, and that's okay. All the feet will kind of disappear. And I think I want a sunshine up here because we better have some sunny days soon or I'm going to cry. Oops. There we go. And you can make your sun in so many pretty ways. I'm just going to make a simple sun. And maybe because, is my picture balanced? Oh, heck, it's not balanced. I'm missing an arm. I'm going to just make myself a silly little hand. Ooh, no I'm not. Hold on. Yes, husband. And changed my mind about that hand. I should make it waving because this part of the picture is kind of barren. There we go. There we go. How's that? Okay, so if we look further away, there we go. We have something in every part of the picture. I have to say, I kind of have orangutan arms, but that's part of its charm. And we're going to make fabric here, and here, and here. Maybe we'll put fabric on the pants. We'll decide when we've got the colors working. We're going to put some grass down the bottom, and I'm going to put some fabric in the sun. Okay, so to help you to put clothes on these naked people, I'm going to take my pink fabric, and I think I'm going to have Duncan wear my pink shirt. So I taped it to a window, and I'm going to hold or tape the fabric over top of it, use a Sharpie, and I'm going to go big. Go bigger than the shirt really is, because otherwise it's going to show all your funny lines and look kind of naked. And there we go. You can add some detail onto it. And you can always cut it down smaller afterwards. There you go. Ta-da! And now I have a Duncan shirt. I just have to cut it out and glue it on. Yay! Duncan likes fishing. I'm giving him a fish. You know what? In hindsight, I think I should have left him with a plain shirt. But oh well, what are we going to do? And I'm not going to glue it down perfectly. That's the beauty of this collage, is you get this dimensional effect when you put another material on top instead of all just flat paper, paper, paper. You might like it all flat paper, paper, or flat and not sticky-outy because it's tidier, certainly is tidier. But I'm going to let mine be all flubbity blubbity. Yay, Duncan, you're not naked anymore. Look at that. Ta-da! Okay, I'm still waiting for some of my fabric to dry. And you can see that I'm just fooling around with ideas for that frame. I have thought about maybe putting words in that frame like love and family and trust and health and all those things we're really focusing on right now. I also thought about adding something more dimensional, so I've dug out all my buttons and I'm sticking some buttons on there. I can't decide. You know what, I think I'm not going to add anything to it until we get a chance to talk together and you can tell me what I should do. And the last thing I've got to do is I'm still waiting for this to dry and my grass to dry. So there's my finished product. Really, it's not about the product, it's about the journey getting there and all the discoveries that we made. And I wouldn't mind making another one right away to keep using all my fabric. And I look forward to seeing you. I think I will do a live thing today at 1 because I said I would. And tomorrow at 1 because I think that's when you'll actually have started to do things that are showable. Can't wait to see you. Bye.